MLD video for today. There's a reason why you don't hear about healthy relationships because they're boring to the average person, to the average messed up people. People in the head. You know what I'm saying? That have this crazy expectations. And they see these celebrities. Living a certain type of life, and they see these baddies. These Ruby Roses of the world, these Sophie Rains of the world, and they're thinking, yeah, I would never. I'm this. I'm that. I would never. And that is why you don't hear about healthy relationships because, and I'm not gonna just blame women here, even though this this video, I mean this channel, my channel, is it's all about protecting us, and it is, but at the same time, I have to acknowledge, when we make mistakes. What? Which side is this nigga on? Is this nigga on our side or what? Dang. And I think the fact that healthy relationships are not, you know, that open, or people don't really talk about it. It's also awful. But it's funny. Like for me, like that's kind of how I like it. Like I like my relationships to be private. I don't feel the need to, like, what I'm saying, show off and look at my relationship. Look at what I'm. What I'm saying. I don't need that. I just gonna keep a low profile. That's really my style, my personality. And yo, nigga, get to the video, man. What the hell? Get to it. Get to the video. Focus. Yeah. So I want you to watch this video because she makes some good points. And there's something she says at the end that I don't really agree with, but we'll get to that. So, anyways, check this video out.
The reason why you don't hear about healthy relationships anymore is because of the fact that those of us in healthy relationships ain't got shit to say to y'all. Because anytime we tell you what we do for our husband or what our husband does for us, y'all look for any reason to try to come up with some type of excuse or some type of narrative that we're being controlled or that we're not really happy or I would never do that. Is exactly why your miserable ass is still single, and exactly why no matter who you try to date or what you try to date, you still end up unhappy because you have this long list of what you feel like is supposed to come from a relationship, yet you don't want to be able to, like, you just want to be on the receiving end. Relationships are give and take. I can't remember the last time that I did laundry. But I will be out here taking the trash out because I don't give a fuck. I would rather take the trash out than to be downstairs doing laundry. I don't want to. I don't like laundry. But if I tell y'all, oh, yeah, I take the trash out. What? You take the trash out? You're a woman. You shouldn't be taking out the trash. That's a man's job. Your man does the laundry? You should be doing that. You're the woman. Like, when it comes to a healthy relationship, there is no gender roles. I do what I want to do and he does what he wants to do. And it ends up working out together because I do. And it just so happens that what he doesn't like to do, I don't mind doing.
She's on point with everything, pretty much, bro. This is why, like, the your girl's friends really matter. Really matter because, like she said, when she tells her friends that she, takes her trash out, like she said, and they look at her, oh no, that's a man's job. That's what I'm saying. Like, if your girl's friends are, a bad influence on her, it's gonna affect your relationship. Message. Especially when everybody knows about your guys' relationship. It just is, bro. But I mean, it all starts with who you pick to be your girl, who you pick to be your wife, who you pick to be the mother of your kids, whatever. Because, if you really do your research, you meet this girl and you like her and you kind of taking things serious, you're gonna see what she does. You're gonna see the people she hangs around, and you're gonna realize why she is the way she is. Those are straight facts. Because the reason why, and I said that I wasn't gonna blame women on this one, but hey man, I hope you're enjoying the video. But it's about that time. It's about that time we gotta do a little promo. Yeah, I know it sucks, but it'll be fast. It'll be fast. Anyways, check me out on all other social medias. Just check on my description. You'll see everything. I also started streaming now daily. So if you want to see a little bit of the background and everything like that, what I do when I'm not on your screen like this, check out my second channel, man. That's where I do all my streams every day. So check that out. And yeah, back to the video. But the reason why a lot of relationships are so messed up or don't work at all is because of that, because of comparison. Instead of like, let's work on us. Most people, women, want to compare their relationship to the Jonases, right? That's what they say. That's people say. That's what people say, right? Don't compare yourself to the Jonases. Yeah, that's really the issue here. But I'm an introvert, bro. If no one knows about my relationship with anyone, that's really how I like it. That's really how I like it, and I feel like I really at this point I don't feel like I want a relationship. I would, I'm not really looking for anything like that. But if I did, bro, you wouldn't know about it. I wouldn't tell anyone, and that's what I'm saying. Like the girl that's gonna be with me, she's gonna be just like me, low key. We don't need to tell anyone anything. If you see us, you see us, but we're not showing off like this. This is why, like, to this day, I really like admire Jay Z and Beyonce, man. And they just keep they're the biggest, stars out here, celebrities, whatever. But you barely see them. You barely see anything about them. There was this drama a couple of years ago. When Beyonce dropped an album or whatever, where she talked about him. Like their relationship was on the spotlight a little bit, but other than that, I never heard anything. Never heard anything. That's really how I like it. But one thing that she said at the end of the video that I do not agree with is that in her relationship, respect to her, there are no gender roles. I don't agree with that. I do not agree. I just feel like you know there's certain things just a man needs to do, and certain things that a woman needs to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there are some like gray areas where you can, what I'm saying, hey, she's busy today, or she, got something with the kids. Okay, let me do this for her or for us. But she usually does this, but let me take care of it because she's busy or whatever. She's sick. You know what I'm saying? Like things come up, right? But I just feel like there should be roles. Like for example, when it comes to the money, this is why it's important for you as a man to be the breadwinner of the house. That's a good point, nigga. Keep going. The money, you should be in charge of the money, bro. You make the most. You make the big decisions. The big decisions. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you're gonna take her input, but you're the man. You're driving this car, bro. You driving this car, and just like when it comes to the kids, like she's just the one in charge. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't run from nature. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we're naturally born to do. Like as men, we were born to lead, and women are, they're nurturers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny. Like when I think about my relationship back in the days, because I was married before. Let's not talk about that. But like we didn't even have to talk about what the roles were. We just knew, I'll take care of the money, she takes care of the kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we, I make the decisions, but of course, I take her input, and everything just kind of fell into place. I mean, that's really how I think it should be. But when she said, there are no gender roles, I don't want to do this. I don't do no. No. And I think also it really depends on like how you were raised, because like I was raised, I used to help my I think we all did, right, a little bit, but I feel like a lot of guys when they get older they kind of don't want to do that anymore. Like I used to help my mom like in the kitchen and stuff like that, like doing the dishes, setting up the table, whatever, you know what I'm saying, cleaning, doing this, doing that. And even when I got older and we got married, whatever, I used to still do that, like clean the house whenever, because I grew up with that, which wasn't a big deal. But like I said, she used to do it, but I, like, if it was necessary, I wouldn't be like scared to step in. Just like sometimes she would take care of the money for a little bit, whatever. But I just think that gender roles should be like placed, and if whatever happens and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do something that she usually does, or she's got to do something that you usually do, then do it. But there should be like a clear like separation of, okay, you do this, I do this. But sometimes things happen, the kids, whatever, you get sick, says whatever happens. Okay, I'll do this because you can't do it today, or she'll do this because you can't do it today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really think, honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, no one knowing anything about your relationship, you should be proud of that, because most people are here showing off, relationships that are really low key, they're not really happy with. They just want people to think that they are. I'm different, bro. I rather keep it low key. If we're having problems, keep it low key. If we're happy, keep it low key, bro. That's just me. I guess it goes with my personality too. But yeah, man. I think the whole point of this video is just that, like, don't focus so much on trying to show off to people, and just focus more on working on your relationship and making it good. So you both are happy, and keep it low key, bro. This is why you don't hear about people who are happy, because they don't need to show you that they're happy. They just are. Anyways, man, that's it for today. Peace.